Hello, I'm Kendra Von Esch, and you are listening to my 10-minute daily podcast, Reality Reflections. I bought into what this world said would make me happy. Money, prestige, power. And hey, if it feels good, do it, because life is stressful, so party hard. Do whatever makes you happy. But that didn't quite work out, because I felt even more insecure, full of fear, shame, and anxiety, and never, ever good enough. Then God found me and flipped my reality upside down and transformed my life. And I want this for everyone. So I left my executive career to help others find true acceptance, supernatural peace, joy, and love that only comes from a relationship with God. Here is my reality reflection for today. Sometimes we don't know how to ask for help. And I'm sure that this is every single person in some way. I do want to say, maybe women have an even harder time. I think we've been taught that we need to be everything. We need to be physically attractive and healthy. We need to have a job according to the world, right? A successful job, be able to take care of a family, have a beautiful home, throw the best parties, be the best mom in the neighborhood, be the best wife. And a lot of the time, as a woman in particular, we forget that we need help. And I don't do needy well. I don't do sick well. And for example, my spouse doesn't read my mind. He doesn't know that I need help. Especially when he asks me and I shove him away. No, I got it. So I'm back in this neck, shoulder thing. Yep, right before the holidays. I can't lift much. Yesterday I roasted some pork shoulder. Couldn't get the pan in and out. Had to ask for his help. And one time I was trying to dig for that pan in the back of this cabinet. And he said, "You want some help?" And I'm like, "No, I got it." But you know what I should have said was, yeah, I do want some help. I don't like to ask for it, but I do want some. So is it this time of the year where everything is falling on top of you? Whether you're a woman or a man, a lot goes on this time of the year. And whether you're married or not, maybe you can be that person that can reach out and ask if that loved one needs any help. Do you need some help with that? As a matter of fact, I would almost suggest that you force yourself on people. Hear me out here. When I say that, I mean, if you said, "Can I help you?" I'm probably going to say, "No, I've got this." Even though I want your help. You hear what I'm saying? So if you said instead, "Here, let me help you," and just kind of shoved yourself in my space and started helping me with what I needed help with, yeah, I'd accept it. So how can we possibly be a little bit more in tune with people around us? Especially when we know that they might need something, but don't know how to ask, don't want to ask. So they do it themselves. And then, you get into a frizzy or a little tiff, if you will, because that person doesn't read your mind. And that's the other thing I want to say. We have to be vocal. A lot of the time, I can't even communicate non-verbally with my husband because he might be just a little bit oblivious about my attitude or something like that. And quite frankly, that's not really how I do it anyway. I'm not much of a conflict avoider, but I do have my moments where I pout and I sulk. And so yes, as I'm in pain, I'm pouting and sulking because I'm doing things that I would have expected my husband to offer or to do for me because I was sick, but I never asked him. And then I was a jerk to him for not reading my mind and doing the things that I wanted him to do. Isn't that funny? Look at your relationships and see if this plays into it. And so if you're the one who wants the person to read your mind, don't be silly. Set your expectations completely different and say, okay, wait a minute. If I need something and I want something, I just got to ask for it. Worst comes to worse, that person says no, or they do it for me and they do it in a really bad way, not up to my par, if you will. And that's part of letting go of that control. I was so uncomfortable. He was making me a bowl of soup. And it was bothering me. I couldn't just sit there and accept this nice gesture. I did, but in my own body, I wasn't okay with it. I was like, honey, I can make that. And he's like, I'm not having you lift this up in and out of the microwave and break it, which would have probably happened because the minute I got my arm up to a certain spot, I have no strength. So again, we have to be able to accept that love and generosity. And I do believe that that is part of the lie that the culture and Satan has programmed us all to believe for so many years. And that's pride. You got this. You don't need any help. You don't need any help from people. You don't need any help from God. And it's also this control. I've got to control what you're putting in that bowl. Did you scoop out the carrots like I would? Because I love the carrots in the soup. Right? It's control, but I needed to open my heart and receive the beautiful gesture of him wanting to take care of me. And I have to remember that there is a part of the other person in this mix, right? Who doesn't want to be generous and kind and help someone else out, especially when they ask. So I'm just kind of looking at both sides as we come to the Christmas holiday, and a lot goes on. Maybe you're going to your parents, maybe you're heading off to your siblings, maybe you're having a nice, intimate Christmas at home, maybe even by yourself, which, boy, that'd be pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. I love Christmas and family, but it would be really cool to have that day to do whatever I wanted. And I would probably be a Jesus junkie on TV trying to watch like every movie. That would be my perfect Christmas day. Well, second perfect. My real perfect one would be the one with my family, right? Okay, you get what I'm going for here. Let's pay attention to those around us and see and sense that they may need some help. Let's not just ask, let's force ourselves in. Right? Not force, you know what I mean. Hey, let me help you with that. And just kind of go on in and do it. That way, that person won't feel weak, and I know that's pretty sad that someone feels weak when they need help, but that's what this world told us. And when that is offered to us, let's accept it with grace and be grateful that we have people who can help us in this life, because there's nothing cooler than that. Alrighty, everyone. Reach out that extended hand for help and be prepared to grab it with love and gratitude when it's extended. Hope you're having a peaceful week. I love you all. Find something more with God. Have a blessed and inspired day.